So this is activity number 4, measuring volume. Just like with activity number 3, you have to read everything and then understand the worksheet, and you have to come up with your own objectives for this activity. Now, activity number 2 is measuring mass. And then 3 is filtration process. This time, it's measuring volume. So we will be talking about the different laboratory apparatuses that we can use in measuring the volume of our substance. So pwede siyang, the unit of our volume is liter, or it can be equivalent to 1 cubic decimeter, or most of the time we use actually ml or milliliter. Okay, now the apparatuses that we can use in measuring volume, we can have the pipette, the burette, and even the volumetric flask. So I told you, do not ever use the Erlenmeyer flask and the beaker in measuring volume. And the graduated cylinder can be used though, pero in this activity, we will just concentrate sa pipette, burette, and even the volumetric flask. So you have to be familiar with them. Some are labeled as TD and the others are labeled as TC. So if naka-label siya na TD, it is used to deliver, meaning you can deliver liquid samples from one container to another. And some of these glasswares are actually labeled as TC, which means to contain. So they are manufactured to contain liquid samples in at a certain temperature with a certain volume na measurement. Now for this activity, the first part will be about the pipette, and you have to answer the table. You have to complete the table, class. You have there the different types of pipette like volumetric, more serological. Actually, na-double ang serological. Omit nyo na lang yung number 4. 7 lang dapat yan lahat. The Ostwald-Follin, the Lambda. Bakit na-double-double ito? Actually, kasi pwede ding hindi nyo na i-omit ang number 4 and number 7. It's just that kasi meron kasi tayong dalawang klaseng serological pipette. The other one is to contain and then the other one is to deliver. And so does the lambda pipette. Again, merong to contain, meron ding to deliver. So pwede na hindi i-omit na lang para mahiwalay talaga sila and hindi mag-mix up yung answers ninyo. Okay? And then we have here procedure on how to clean the pipette. You have there also provided the link for the video on how to clean the pipette, and so does measuring aliquot. So this is actually in measuring the liquid sample. So paano ba gamitin si pipette in measuring? So you have to read the procedure, and merong part dyan sa procedure that you need to explain, that you need to watch the video why that certain procedure needs to be explained. And then the part 2 will be about the burette, including the cleaning and also the filling of the burette and also measuring the certain volume. So again, all the procedures are merong provided na link sa YouTube nito. And then you have to answer this based on your readings here sa pag-fill ng burette. You have to apply that and try to read the volume for the burette na nilagyan ng sample. So we actually did this in the laboratory. So we are the ones, mga teacher, gumawa nito and nag-take na lang ng picture for you to answer. And then lastly, you have there the volumetric flask. The procedure also contains or includes the cleaning of the volumetric flask and how to use the volumetric flask itself. So again, the links are being provided. After watching the whole procedure, you have to answer the guide questions, provide your conclusion, and also your references. So yun yung magiging activity 4 ninyo. This will also be reported on Monday again, and that will be reported by group 4. Okay? Any question?